Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Caravan of Garbage, where we're going to be looking at both of the Alien v Predator movies.
Why, you might ask? Dunno.
I don't know.
They're doing a Predator movie.
Oh, that's cool. Think it'll be better than this?
Yes.
Terrific.
Having not seen it, definitively yes.
Mm.
Please leave a like if you could, because of course we're talking about today the 2004 horror classic, Just Aliens vs. Predator.
Sure.
Aliens vs. Predators.
Just garden variety Alien versus Predator. AVP.
AVP, yeah.
So this was sort of a long time coming. This
Yeah.
was a matchup that people had been looking forward to for a really long time. Because if you recall, the Alien franchise and the Predator franchise were separate. But then, of course, in Predator 2,
Yeah.
Danny Glover, the actor Danny Glover, he made it to the Predator spaceship.
Yeah, he got lost on the way to a Lethal Weapon premiere.
That's right.
And ended up there. He had to
Yeah.
fight his way out.
That's right.
Nobody believed him. Good thing they got it on film.
And amongst the Predator's trophies were the banana-shaped head of an alien, the xenomorph itself, and people were like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
what's
I know,
that
right?
gonna, what's gonna? Maybe they're in the same freaking universe.
I thought they had like an exoskeleton.
What do you mean?
Like the alien. They're like an ant. You know what I mean? It's on the outside.
And
I just didn't think it'd have like a skull, like a big banana skull under
I see
there.
what you're saying. Okay, right.
I thought it had a carapace
Oh.
and then just a big squishy brain in there.
I guess you're probably right, but I always imagine them as like that long skull,
Yep.
and then like a skin that is unto like an eggplant.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
You can fry it up, make a parmigiana out of it if you're a vegetarian, perhaps.
Not great if you've got reflux.
Oh yeah, acid reflux.
That was the joke I was doing.
Acid, because they got acid for blood, James. You didn't even know. You made a funny. You said your standard funny words, your odd stuff that you say. And
Okay,
you
yep.
actually made a funny joke. But then, of course, Dark Horse Comics got the license for both of those monsters and decided to team them up in Alien vs. Predator, the comic book.
Now, did that come before Predator 2?
Dunno.
I think it did.
Might have done.
Anyway, so yeah, you're right. This was a long time coming,
Yeah.
and that was just supposed to be an Easter egg in Predator 2.
So the Predator had an Easter egg as its trophy?
yeah.
Did it kill the Easter Bunny, James?
Yeah, probably, sure.
Oh no.
That's fine. It's fine.
Kids, adults, turn your kids away from this YouTube video. Don't let them know.
And Alien vs. Predator is a PG-13 movie, so kids can be watching both this video and that
They can
movie.
watch and enjoy it.
That's right. But so 20th Century Fox, they went, maybe there's something here. There isn't the internet, but we're probably getting letters about this.
That's right.
We can hear some buzz.
Team up the Alien and the Predator. All right. Sound the crossover horn.
So they went to Roland Emmerich to direct this film back in the late 90s.
The king of the blockbuster.
That's right. And around this time also, 20th Century Fox were considering producing an Alien film, a fifth Alien film, which, get this, written by James Cameron, directed by Ridley Scott, starring Sigourney Weaver.
That's a killer combo.
Yeah, but...
Did they make it?
Well, Paul W.S. Anderson, director of this movie, he went in with a big pitch and he said, Alien! Aliens versus Predators.
Oh, so he did the classic James Cameron where he went, James Cameron famously and allegedly, when pitching the movie Aliens, walked into the movie studio, and he wrote Alien on a big piece of paper, and then after it he wrote an S, and then he turned the S into a $sign, and people were blown away by his gumption and his moxie. You're saying that Paul W.S. Anderson wrote Aliens versus Predators, and he turned all the S's into $signs.
That's right. And that sort of paid off. So they went in the room, we're going to greenlight this, which wiped out the other project, which, look, frankly, would have been a better movie. So as a result of this, James Cameron, Ridley Scott both distanced themselves from that fifth Alien movie. They walked away.
They didn't walk away. They got into their separate submarines.
Yes, that's right. And they drifted off. And they had some thoughts about this movie, which we will talk about later. But speaking of this movie... This is Prometheus. This is the movie Prometheus.
It's a lot of things. It's the movie Prometheus. It's shades of The Thing.
Yep.
It's shades of Cube. Remember Cube?
It does. It's got big Cube vibes.
Big Cube vibes. Was this before or after Cube? Dunno. Not going to check.
I think it was after.
Yeah, it was probably after.
Because like Prometheus, one of the Wayland boys.
Waylon Jennings.
That's right. Employs a team of scientists to explore an alien structure that has been discovered, right? And then as a result, they're slowly picked off one by one because they're a pack of idiots running around a maze. And then also Wayland is dying and he's like, oh, I want a legacy. I want to live on.
Let me just puff on my rich man's inhaler. Oh, it's filled with gold and precious gemstones. Why isn't it working? Why isn't it fixing my emphysema? Why aren't these rubies fixing my emphysema?
Now, I say it's like Prometheus. And I've said this before, and I stand by it. I think it's, in terms of a story, it's more coherent than Prometheus.
Sure, but the same way, it's way more basic than.
Yeah, exactly. It's way more basic, and the cast isn't as stacked as Prometheus.
There are good players in this.
I completely agree.
Sanaa Lathan as Alexa Woods, who's the sort of the de facto main character.
Yep.
We got one of my favorites, Colin Salmon, a very very charming one of that guys, is kind of the Wayland's second in command.
Yep.
Making a lot of big bad mistakes. What's that guy? And he's in The Rundown. He's the pilot and he plays the bagpipes.
Oh yeah, he's from Trainspotting.
Yeah, he's in Trainspotting. He's in all sorts of stuff. Yeah, he's great.
I completely agree.
What's his name though? I gotta find it.
His name is Peter Trainspotting.
Ewan Bremner.
Yeah, he's also in the movie Pearl Harbor.
But of course, it's also got Lance Henriksen, who of course was Bishop in Aliens.
Yep.
And this makes it canonical that at least one model of android that company made is like directly referencing the founder of the company. Which is wild. Do you think in the future there'll be like Jeff Bezos bots?
Oh, probably.
Spaceships will be managed by Jeff Bezos bots.
Just whipping us.
Yep.
You might be right. Well, yeah, because it's interesting. Lance Henriksen reprises his face. He's a completely different character. But he also plays what is probably a human version of Bishop in Alien 3. But there is some dispute in terms of, is that an android or is that a man? It was meant to be a man when they filmed it, but you see his ear like hanging off, so there's been speculation that he's not.
Men's ears can hang off.
It's true. It's great. It's great to know.
Now and in the future. Probably in the future even more so.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so the pyramid, right? There's a ritual that the Predators are taking part in. Here's how the story goes. So
it's less a ritual and more of a prank as far as I'm concerned, but all right.
On everybody?
The people on Earth consider it a ritual, I guess. The people of the past. This pre-Mayan, pre-Aztec kind of culture.
Yeah, but it's stupid. So the ritual is 3 Padawan Predators shoot a big laser from space to melt a 2,000-foot deep hole to reach an underground pyramid, which was also a whaling station, but this whaling station was built on ice, which is fucking ridiculous.
No objections here. Go on. Keep going.
Then they use a heat signature to lure any people in the area to this spot. Then they descend the hole and enter the pyramid. This is the Predators. And they enter the sacrificial chamber. And if there's not any people in that chamber already, they presumably drag a bunch of people down and set them up on their little tables to get egged, right?
Yeah, sure.
There's also guns in that room, Predator guns. But if you remove the guns, that sets everything in motion. So you got to grab the guns and get out of the room as quickly as you can while the people are lying on the tables, right?
Yes.
So if they are lying still and you get the guns and you run out of the room, then you take a short break during the gestational period, which is much shorter than normal. Presumably they're all sped up.
Well, that's interesting, because the Predators release the alien facehuggers, then they
slow motion jump.
They do their business in the humans.
Yeah.
And then, they very rapidly turn into seemingly thousands of aliens at some point.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and you're right. Almost the growing up period of these aliens in this movie is like 5 minutes.
I think it's like life. You know what I mean? As you get older, things get quicker. It's a metaphor, and I like metaphors, and I always understand them. Then the Predators have like a protein bar or something, while they wait. And then, if they've got their guns, it's basically they play fucking duck hunt with everything.
Yes, sure do.
But if they don't have the guns, they all get murdered.
Very quickly, yeah.
So the Predators in this, I feel like they're too wide. They're really big.
The thing about both the aliens and the Predators, and I think they are very wide.
Yeah.
The problem, I think, with this movie as opposed to really any of the other Alien or Predator movies is the point of those other movies is they are the aliens and the Predators are so they're a lurking terror at all times.
Yeah.
They're hidden in the shadows. They're something we don't see until the midpoint of the movie or a crucial juncture. We build up a tension and then the creature is there and it blows us away. But in this, the assumption is we've seen the aliens and the Predators before in previous movies. So this movie's just like...
Get on with it.
Here they are. Here's a few of them.
You've seen these?
Yeah.
This is the thing you've seen.
More of this. What do you reckon about that, eh? And also, the thing about what some would regard as the best examples of those franchises, Aliens and the original Predator, the joy and the fun of those movies is the protagonists start out as like the ultimate badasses and we see them being absolutely arrogant in their military superiority over everything. And the fun is the twist where it turns out that they're actually no match for these creatures.
It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for the Vietnam War. I've seen another metaphor. I always got it.
And in this movie, just the aliens and the predators just wailing on some just regular people, just some just some researchers and people who've been on the ice before, you know.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
But to answer your question, they're out there, and a lot of the terror, I think, is taken away when you see that they're just men in suits standing about.
But I think, though, there is something to be said for the practicality of this. The fights in this are 70% like either puppets or people in suits and things like that. And I think that absolutely works. I think, genuinely, it's a great looking movie. I like the atmosphere. I haven't mentioned this. I quite like this movie. It's not brilliant.
Sure.
But no, I think there's some really decent fight scenes in this. Like the bit where the alien gets its tail cut and it's just like whipping acid about. I think there's some really good ideas and there's like good imagery. There's a moment where you see a xenomorph on top of a pile of bones, you know, and I'm like, oh, that could be a poster in a kid's room. You know what I mean?
What a cheeky chappy. There he is. There he is on his throne of bones.
And I also love how sometimes you'll see like a real thing and then it becomes like a holographic map that the predator's looking at or vice versa. And that happens several times.
Incredible.
Incredible. But I also like how the predators, like always, I guess, they're kind of stupid. And they're supposed to be young in this as well. Like the main one who lives the longest takes his mask off. You know where you are. You know what you're here for.
If you take your mask off, all the humans will know you're not one of them. They'll figure it out.
Nearly straight away, probably. But I don't like how the predators and the aliens both growl like lions at different points. They make similar, like...
I think they should have different animal noises.
Yeah, one should go, ha! The other one should go,
One should quack like a duck.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. One thing I also like about this is the alien queen, which is, I think, even to this stage, to this very day, is the biggest alien queen that we've seen in cinema.
Oh, the biggest queen we've seen.
Because it's technically supposed to be like hundreds, maybe thousands of years old. Imagery of it all, which I think is from a comic as well, of it all being like chained up and frozen and made to do this thing. It was also the most sophisticated animatronic ever built at the time. Twice as many moving parts as the T-Rex from the original Jurassic Park. And they also put in this technology where if they did a movement, they could then record it digitally and then redo it. So I think all that comes through really well. Like the movements of it are quite good. And even when it's free running and CGI, I think all of that looks genuinely terrific.
How do you feel about the duck noises though? That it was.
I mean, you know, it's not. I mean, it's traditional. It's
Isn't
tradition.
It is tradition.
So you can't really get rid of it, can you?
But of course, at the end of the movie, it is roundly defeated when the main protagonist and her predator friend chain it to a big sort of water tank and then kick into the ocean. That's not going to kill it, is it?
Well, I looked into this. I went, what questions...
If it's thousands of years old and it's been in cryogenic suspension. And they can definitely breathe underwater. Yeah, and in space as well. That's right. Well, it also mirrors what happens to that one in Aliens. You know, it gets like shot out into space. Sure. It's a similar situation. But presumably at those ocean depths, like it will be crushed. Probably. I don't know. Maybe someone should go down there and check it out. I think they should.
I mean, that's if it's even down there, because is this canon? To borrow a famous line from the wonderful YouTube channel, Toy Galaxy, Mason, do you want me to talk about whether this is canon?
I would love to hear about it.
Great. No.
Oh.
So Prometheus rendered this non-canon, right? And also when Ridley Scott and James Cameron heard about this crossover, they dismissed it as milking the franchise, right?
Okay.
And when asked about his opinion on the finished film, Scott jokingly stated that he had to be careful not to damage his very nice relationship with 20th Century Fox. However, Cameron, on the other hand, admitted that he enjoyed it despite his initial reservations and placed it third on his favourite of the Alien movies.
Wow.
So there you go.
But he made pains to say, not canon though.
Yeah.
This isn't a real imaginary story.
But here's the other thing. It's not canon in the Alien universe.
Okay, but it might be canon in the Predator universe.
Yes, because the spear that she uses, that she gets given where they fight together, that's in the Predator, I believe.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, it could exist there, but not vice versa, as it were.
See. Right.
Wow, so that's our famous segment from the show. Is it Canon? It's not from Toy Galaxy,
No.
which is a YouTube channel that is very good, but you should probably just stay here, I reckon.
Yeah. At least till the end of this. Maybe the end of this video, see where the YouTube algorithm takes you. If it's more about our videos, stay on the channel.
Obviously. But forget the name. Toy Galaxy.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, it's time for green trivia.
I'd love to talk about some green trivia.
I wish I could change it to like green glowing predator blood trivia, but everybody locked me into green trivia. This is your fault, everybody. Check out the Green Lantern episode if you want to know where this comes from. Anyways, as mentioned, this is the only film in the Alien or Predator franchise to be PG-13. However, there was an R-rated DVD cut.
Uh-oh.
It was also rumored that it was originally R-rated and it was cut down, but Paul W.S. Anderson was like, no, this is how it was supposed to be. I think
weak.
It gets... I
made it weak.
But I think it gets away with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Because you can cut up a creature, but you can't like see it like a human's face get sliced in half or whatever. So,
The Alien Queen has that expletive-laden rant where she's telling all the other salespeople to always be closing.
That's right, exactly. In an interview, director Paul W.S. Anderson said that Arnold Schwarzenegger offered to reprise his role as Dutch Schaefer from the original movie at the end as a cameo, but only if he lost the election for California governor. So presumably he stepped out of a press conference. His ties are skewed because he's just conceded defeat. And just like, hi, I'm from I'm doing movies again, and I'm the one from the Predator movie. I'm not my twin brother from that Predator comic, where I have a twin brother who's a police officer.
This is me, Dutch Schaefer. I'm wearing a suit because I sell used cars now. And I just wanted to say what a sorry state of affairs we're looking at right here with these aliens and or predators. I'm really something, I'll tell you what.
This is also Paul W.S. Anderson's second movie in a Ridley Scott universe because, of course, he directed Soldier.
Oh, yeah,
which
with
is
Kurt Russell.
A Blade Runner spin-off or something.
Sure is, maybe.
Yeah. It's interesting because this movie's working title was actually the same name as the movie. So it was Alien vs. Predator, which is not dissimilar from the original working title for Star Wars 1977, which was Blue Harvest.
Terrific.
Yeah,
That's a
I
great
know,
bit
right?
of trivia.
Yeah. And your favorite, as mentioned, Mason, Colin Salmon. You noticed in this, he gets kind of cubed by a net, by a big net. And he's like, I'm stuck in this net.
Like a salmon.
Like a salmon. And also, like he was cubed in that first Resident Evil movie in the laser corridor.
Oh my God, also directed by Paul W.S. Anderson.
Exactly.
Wow.
And also...
You think you request that?
Yeah.
From Paul W.S. Anderson? He's like,
get me cubed. And last bit of green trivia, Lance Hendrickson became the second actor to be killed by an alien, a predator, and a Terminator. Bill Paxton was, of course, the first.
That's right.
And that's fun. Now, the budget for this, it cost around $60 to $70 million. They actually kept a lot of this budget down. They reckon by about $20 million by moving it from Hollywood, Mason, to Prague, where you can build a big temple and it's much cheaper to build a big pyramid, you know?
Then just dynamite it as you're flying away.
Exactly. It ended up making $177 million at the global worldwide box office. Now, without adjusted for inflation, this is actually the most successful Predator movie.
Whoa.
I mean, with inflation and DVD sales and the like, that would not be true.
Predator plushies and so forth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think, though, that has a lot to do with it being PG-13, which means it's more accessible to more people or whatever. But a lot of people, though, didn't like that it was, it was like a kind of a sanitized version of these characters.
Sure.
And of course, there was a direct response to that being the sequel to this, because at the end, there's a Predalien. And it's like, bah!
Sure.
I promise you I'll be in another movie. I swear to God. Quack. Mason, my initial thought when rewatching this movie for the first time since the year of our Lord 2007 was...
Go on.
This is called Aliens versus Predator Requiem. And the first one's called Alien versus Predator. I mean, it makes sense that there would be multiple aliens.
Sure.
So they put the S on it. And I guess there's one key predator.
Yeah.
So this really adheres to what is happening in this not very good movie.
I also had that thought. But here's the thing, James. I think I'm the only person on earth who likes this movie. I liked it when it came out. And I like it now. And to head you off, yes, it is very dark. It is difficult to see a lot of things in this movie.
I'm going to talk about that.
But what I think is good about this movie
is... Wait. This is Caravan of Garbage. We talk about stuff. Leave a like. Now go.
What I like about
Wait.
Go on.
Some people didn't leave a like. Leave the like.
Actually, yeah, it's a good point, actually.
Sorry, continue.
We'll be silent, no, till everyone has liked it. And everybody on Earth has liked it. Look, what I liked about this movie is that it is the classic horror movie, like the suburban horror movie. It's like your Halloween. It's like your Nightmare on Elm Street. It's like your Friday the 13th. It's in a suburbia, and there are just the classic tropes. There's the nerds. There's the jocks. There's the stoner. There's a girl. There's that weird sheriff that everybody pushes around, and he shouldn't be a sheriff at all. And there's a guy who clearly came out of prison. They don't really say it, but comes out of prison, and he just meets up with the sheriff, and he's like, "Let's go and do this." And the sheriff's like, "Oh, okay." And then he's like, "Let's get some guns." And the sheriff is like, "Oh, I guess so." And they're like, "Let's get a helicopter." And he's like, "Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea." It was a good idea.
It was a good idea, wasn't it? Yeah.
And what I loved about this, but instead of there being
loved.
Look, it's not a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination, but I enjoyed it. I enjoy it more than the previous one, which I didn't really like because it's sort of set in just a weird nowheresville. I know it's supposed to be set in a mysterious ancient Aztec / Mayan structure or whatever temple, but it's just nothing. It's just snow and nothing. Just snow and grey walls. I like this because it was set in the present day and it's set in like familiar surrounds, and you just get to see the aliens just tear up everyone.
Yeah,
no one is safe.
Sort of.
They kill a kid in the first.
Okay, that's one thing I will say for this.
They just acid a man's arm off in the first.
And a man's face.
Yeah.
You see all of this. I think, one thing this really does go for is they don't give a fuck who they kill in it. And you know what? With this cast of forgettable characters, you can really do that. You
They're
can just
not all
shoot
forgettable.
Through them.
David Hornsby, Rickety Cricket from Always Sunny in
I
Philadelphia.
know, yeah. But like you mentioned it, the boy gets face hugged like right up top, and then the alien explodes out. There's a pregnant woman who just explodes with aliens. There's a woman who just gets impaled into a wall for no reason.
Yeah, one of the primary characters through this, who's like the pretty girl who's dating the jock, but she actually likes the regular guy or whatever. You're like, well, at the end they're gonna survive and he's gonna get a little kiss or whatever. Nah, nail it to a wall.
I think it's like too weird and sinister.
Oh, I like how weird and sinister it was.
And aggressive, And that sounds crazy for like a movie titled like this, but it seems just kind of like just scattershot.
Okay, right.
And just kind of like I feel like that should work for me, but it just doesn't.
I guess it does break with a horror movie tradition in the sense that usually it's the awful people that die, and like by the end it's some people with some form of virtue of some kind. They're the ones that survive. But you're right, in this the survivors at the end of this are just random. It's the soldier lady and the prison guy, I don't know, whatever, it's fine. And the little girl, one of the kids, but that other kid's dead. The other kid's so dead, he's in bits.
Yeah.
What I liked about this movie as well is that the predator in question, it's a direct sequel. It's set immediately after the first one.
Yeah.
And at the end of the last one, the predators who had been battling the aliens on Earth, they go back into their spaceship in orbit, but one of them has been infected by the aliens, and out from his chest bursts the new Pred-alien kind of thing. And then the ship crashes and then chaos ensues. But then it goes it zooms back to the alien planet, and there's just this one predator, and he's in this super high-tech throne chair situation, and he sees it all in, on all these high-def images and all these graphics and all these details.
He's got cameras in space and
all this sort of stuff. But he's just the janitor, basically.
He is.
Yeah.
Well, you know who he's supposed to be.
He's the guy from Pulp Fiction. He's Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction.
He's called Wolf. He's Winston Wolf.
Yeah.
A couple of things that I do like.
I liked also that he's a combination of the janitor. He also, a lot of the time, he just felt like one of the other Predators' dads. Just like, oh, what's he done this time? Oh, here we go. He's got to get in the van and just drive and pick up his kids.
From a music festival or whatever.
Yeah.
I took too much acid. I'm lost in a field. Oh, God, okay. Okay, couple of things.
Yes.
First of all, that Predator ship must have just been doing laps of the Earth. While that Predalien, just grew into a massive alien, almost immediately. The other thing, there should be a big yellow sign that says, hey, if you pick up a dead Predator from an alien hunt, maybe
check for
scan
aliens
inside the dead Predator.
How are they going to do that? With some sort of scanning device that they wear on their face that can scan through all sorts of different frequencies of light and radiation? They have that.
Second sign.
Go on.
Don't shoot in the ship. I just feel like, that really speaks to...
No guns in the ship. Bedroom door always open.
I just feel like...
Oh, Dad!
It does speak to like the wider Predator universe where they're just a pack of morons. And even the wolf guy is. Yeah. Because like he must have come across a Predalien before. Or at least know of their existence. Because he just feels woefully unprepared for his goal, which might be get or eliminate all the Predator tech, which is strange because he's really bad at that because he just leaves a bunch of shit scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
He's just a trail of destruction. He's a lunatic.
What I also loved about this guy is that he's brought with him like this vial of blue, seemingly inexhaustible blue liquid, and you pour it on maybe some evidence like an alien, and it dissolves away because he's trying to remove, I guess, all Predator and alien influence from Earth. But then the moment he lands on Earth, he sees a guy and he's like, here I go killing again. better is Crombopolis Michael. But he's just like, I can't resist. I gotta kill and skin this guy.
Old habits, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is like, if that nuclear weapon didn't go off at the end, oh yeah, that's how this movie ends, by the way. They just fucking nuke a town.
The government does.
The government does, yeah. They would have just found two enormous aliens, just both impaled on each other, just dead on a roof with all this tech just scattered around. Yeah. So I feel like whatever his job was supposed to be, he's not doing it.
Absolutely not.
He's out of his mind, that guy.
Yeah.
I also loved how...
He's furious, that's the point.
Yeah, I guess
you bloody kids! You bloody kids, I'll give you something to bloody have a bloody alien hunt about, I'll tell you that much.
I did love also, we do see the Predator homeworld. And it's got that kind of the same question that I asked when we watched Constantine and you see heaven. Because there's a bunch of skyscrapers in the background. And I'm just like, what's going on in there? And I imagine like, I don't know, is it a call center and there's a Predator in there in like a polo shirt and like suit pants made of fishnet and he's just like, he's got a headset on and he's just trying to sell timeshare or whatever.
That's right.
Like, what is it? What do they do? Because I feel like these are the, you know, these are your rednecks. These are your big game hunters.
It's true.
What's everybody else doing? What are they doing?
That's true.
Are there any vegans?
Have you considered upgrading your shoulder-mounted plasma cannon? Because we could give you a brand new one, but for easy payments, $49.05. We can send it right out to you.
I need to talk about this, I guess, the directors of this, because...
James, we don't need to talk about anything.
No, that's true.
But they're brothers, aren't they?
Well, yeah. So Paul W.S. Anderson, he was initially going to come back, but then he moved on to do Death Race, which is a movie I quite like.
There you go. Yeah. That's your Alien versus Predator Requiem.
It certainly is. So yeah, the brothers Strauss, who have a background in visual effects, came on board for this, and I'll talk about what they've done since. But you know what annoys me about this movie, I think, Mason, more than anything?
Go on.
This is an impossible movie to find a good thumbnail for two reasons, right?
It's very dark.
Yeah, exactly. It's very dark, which means anything that you screenshot, you have to artificially brighten, and it looks horrible. So I've got that option. Or do I just put one of the faces of the several unknown actors that are in this? Do I put Cricket? Do I put the woman who was in 24? You know? It's an impossible situation that I'm in.
You could just put us together sharing some high fives. How about that?
Why are you going backwards and forwards?
High fives and thumbs ups.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah. Here's something that I think though this does do well when you do see it. The design of all of this looks great. There's a lot of like practical puppetry, and the Predator suit is terrific as usual.
The actual Predator face looks way better than the previous movie.
I agree with that. Yeah, I completely agree. I think the design of him in general they're way too bulky in the previous one. This guy, you know, it goes back to that original Predator thing of like lithe and quick and, you know, and lean and mean. Here's the thing though, and as you mentioned, a lot of this you can't see. And it was a deliberate choice to shoot a lot of this in the dark with handheld cameras to distinguish it from the previous film. And look, it certainly looks different than the previous film.
Does.
But they've also defended like the use of this kind of darkness because it masks the special effects. You know, they seem more realistic, you know, when you don't see them in like broad daylight. But I think it's a massive... It just doesn't help, like figuring out what's going on, like the artistry of all of it. You miss so much
Especially
of it.
the final battle, the Predalien versus the Predator. They both are quite skinny and lithe, and they both have a weird big head with dreadlocks coming off it. And sometimes you're like, which is which?
Yeah,
here?
exactly. And it also feels like an old Godzilla movie at the end because they're two like creatures of about the same size, which are clearly just, you know, two men in rubber costumes just kind of clashing into each other.
Yes.
And I think the appeal of a fight like that in previous movies, if you look at like the first Alien or Aliens, you know, you get Ripley, a human woman, up against this like giant creature, and you know, Arnold against the Predator. They're very different. But in this situation, just two rubber suits running into each other.
Agreed, a clash of the titans. A true clash of the titans.
That's not what I was saying, Mason.
Sounds like it though.
I don't know, I feel like one needs to be like more agile or put a person in there. You know, because often, you know, in the classic video games, and you know, for example, the arcade game, you know, you got some human characters in there running about. You know, you got a big robot mech arm in it or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
that's yet another Dutch Schaefer.
That's another Dutch Schaefer. How many of these guys are there? There's too many of them. But yeah, we talked about the ending. Pretty grim ending, right? Just like Nuka Town, and like we made it, I guess. They get the Predator gun and they run away.
Yes.
That guy should have bought more stuff. You know, he gets to the Predator ship and he's like, oh, second gun. You don't have a second gun? Maybe he's saving up for a second gun.
James, the wife took the second gun.
Oh, did she?
She took everything. He's just trying his best with these kids, all right?
Yeah. So actually an alternate ending was shot where the survivors are found by the special forces and then they're just all shot.
Well, that makes more sense, doesn't it?
It does,
like,
yeah.
Why
nuke the town and just go, leave these people.
You guys can go, though, yeah. You've seen our faces, you can go, though.
Yeah.
Send us a birthday card or something later. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you absolutely would shoot him in the head, but I guess they were like, that would be too grim.
I think the grimness for me would have switched over to kind of okay if they just went all in.
Interesting.
And just went, everybody's dead.
Huh.
Anyway, I do want to talk about like another alternative ending, which was nearly shot as well. But before we do that, it's green trivia time, everybody.
Love it, like the green of the aliens' acidic blood.
No, Mason.
Yeah, it's just
yellow. It's yellow, and also, yeah, the alien's blood is green. The Predator's blood is green, and the alien's blood is yellow.
That's what I was thinking about.
But this is just green trivia. There are no. This is what it's named, and we don't change it week to week.
That's true.
Danny Glover, who starred in Predator 2, was considered to reprise his role as Mike Harrigan, now retired. So I guess they just cut to him and he's like, it's good to be on a beach.
I'm so retired. You wouldn't believe how retired I am.
You wouldn't read about it.
Yeah.
The Strauss brothers, actually, they haven't directed anything since Skyline in 2010. Do you remember that?
Oh, vaguely.
Yeah, people with big blue light, people going into the sky and all of that. Right. But they do continue to work in visual effects. They've worked in a number of properties. I would like to see them come back and do something else. I feel like off this and Skyline, like Hollywood have kind of been like, you're not making any more movies. We're not giving you no more money. But maybe they should, you know?
I agree.
Bill Paxton was approached to play the diner chef. However, scheduling conflicts, prevented him from doing so. Also,
He's already got
he's in Predator 2. He's like a guy in that.
Yeah, he's already got the trio. He's already been killed by a Terminator, an alien, and a Predator.
Well, that's true.
So
also,
why would he want to? Maybe he wanted a clear winner.
Yeah, he'd up Lance Hendrickson by 1.
That's true.
Here's something. Colonel Stevens was originally written as Garber, who's Adam Baldwin from Predator 2. And when Baldwin couldn't be scheduled, the character was changed to Colonel Stevens, a character I'd remember.
Nice.
Don't I, Mason?
You sure do.
I remember everything
you remember
about
stuff.
movies, and I remember that. So you've also probably noticed that the wolf predator, that fucking lunatic running around, just leaping rooftop to rooftop, being seen, stabbing people.
You kids on this bloody rooftop? No, you're on this other bloody rooftop, you bloody kids.
So
sick of it. I've had a gutful.
I'll set this nuke off. I'll do it. So he actually has one of his mandibles is melted, which is a callback to the original Alien vs Predator comic.
The character Melty Mandibles.
No, his name is Broken Tusk, I believe. He's in that one or whatever. Anyway, let's talk budget, Mason. This only cost $40 million, which is, it makes sense because there's no lights in this. So
it's true. Lights are the primary cost in Hollywood, I think.
Electricity, yes.
There's a real shady light industry over in Hollywood. They're like, you want a lamp in that scene? $1 million.
You want to shoot at day? You can't. You got to shoot at night with lights that make it look like it's daytime.
Oh, Stallone, you want to make daylight? Ooh, it's going to cost you, buddy.
It did, however, it only made about 130, which is fine.
Makes us money back.
And good, but people don't like this. You're the only one.
I'm the only one.
I know there'll be people below that do, but I looked into a lot of
But they're wrong.
Yeah,
it's only me.
Yeah, I know, it's only you. But I looked into Predator fan forums and all of that and various Reddit pages and that. People do not like this.
Interesting.
But I don't think it's without its, I was going to say charm. There's no charm in this. Horribleness.
Yes.
There's a lot of horribleness going on,
And it's interesting because I don't often enjoy pointless gore and cruelty.
Yeah.
But in this, I do. I love it.
That's great. So here's that extended ending I was talking about. Mm-hmm. So at one point, there was an idea pitched for an ending which takes place after Miss Yutani takes possession of the Predator weapon, right?
It's a little post-credit sequence, post-credit sequences.
That's right.
And it happens before the credits.
Yeah,
but it predates the Marvel situation.
It's a pre-post-credits, if you will.
It is a pre-post-credits. It's a thing at the end. That's what they used to call them for kids. They used to call
Did
them
you see that thing that happened at the end? Yeah. The gun would transition into the Wayland Yutani logo on a spaceship 50 years in the future, heading towards the aliens' home planet. The scene would then shift to the planet's surface where a tribe of predators was trying to catch a huge winged dinosaur-like alien nicknamed King Alien.
Whoa.
In the main media, we haven't seen, we've seen queens, but we haven't seen kings.
Interesting, wow.
So concept art was created, there was storyboards, but ultimately this idea was dropped because they wanted to put it in a third film. Ooh. Which, have you seen that movie?
No, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, Mason!
I didn't make it.
If you had have said you had, I would have called you out on here. I would have been like, you're fucking lying, mate. You lie to everybody.
Well, I'll never fall for you any of your bloody tricks. I know your bloody tricks, mate.
Yeah.
You're always asking, have I seen that third movie? I'm like, no, it doesn't exist. Iron Man 3 doesn't exist, mate. Alien 3, not a thing.
Do you... Okay, they're not going to do it now.
No.
But...
Would I watch another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nah.
All right, fine.
I don't know. Can I have my Predators sequel, please, to the movie Predators? Can somebody make that fucking movie?
They did. It was a little comic book.
No.
Was that a prequel? I can't remember.
No, it came after. I know the characters have gone on to do things and whatever.
Adrian Brody's character's a chef now.
That's right. He's a chef now. But it's ridiculous. They made Predators and then they made The Predator.
They sure did.
That's a horrible thing to do to a person. Me, specifically.
Right. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah. And if you're interested in The Predator, and if you're interested in our private Patreon called bigsandwich.co, there's a bunch of exclusive stuff there, including our podcast, The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That goes up there a day early on Sunday as opposed to Monday. A bunch of movie commentaries, as mentioned, bonus podcasts, early videos, including these Caravan of Garbage videos, and et cetera and so forth. And we actually have a comic book club where we looked at the first Alien vs. Predator comic ever.
From the freaking 80s.
From the freaking 80s, man. And then we also did a commentary for the first Predator movie as well.
That's
so if
right.
you're jonesing...
From the freaking 80s,
From the freaking 80s, man. So if you're jonesing for more Predator content, you could watch those movies or read those comics or just hear us talk about them. Yeah.
Or you could watch this horrible movie on Disney Plus for some reason. It's on Disney Plus.
Star in Australia. I don't know what it is everywhere else.
Or something.
Yeah. Anyways, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much to Ben and Lawrence for this edit. And we'll see you. I don't know.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Ah!